Good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final race of Swiss Week 1 of the 2025 Zelda Randomizer Winter Tournament here on SpeedGaming. Our final race of Week 1 features MrDunlo and Sharky2107. Hi, everyone. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and joining me on the commentary today, making their Zelda Randomizer commentary debut, Danny P. Speed. Great to have you here in the commentator's booth with us. Our final race of Swiss Week 1 here in the Zelda Randomizer tournament.
Hey, Laz, how's it going? I'm really excited that it's Sunday. After the first week of pairings, I think Sunday is probably the most exciting day for most of the Z1R runners because shortly after this race, we get the pairings for the next week, and I'm really excited to see where everybody ends up.
We most certainly will indeed. So one of these two runners will join the many, many players. You know, we've had over 90 contestants, the biggest field we've ever had in a Zelda Randomizer tournament. In fact, so big for the first time ever, we have 6 weeks of Swiss rounds before we get into the bracket stages. So we're going to have plenty of Zelda Randomizer coverage here on our family of SpeedGaming networks over the coming weeks and months. So look forward to that, folks.
Yep, it's a lot of Zelda, definitely no joke. But Laz, what's different about this flag set this year?
The main difference that you might notice here, and you'll see it on the upper right portion of your screen, is that you need a certain number of Triforces to get into level 9, not just the standard 8 that you're accustomed to seeing. You need anywhere between 5 and 8 Triforces to enter level 9. And what that can mean is you might see these runners hit that Gamble-matic 9000 if they think they are trailing. They've got 5 Triforce pieces and they're missing the silver arrows. They might just gamble that they're in level 9. Now, speaking of items, keep in mind that the important items can never be in level 9. That means no bow, no raft, no ladder, no power bracelet, no recorder. Those items cannot be in level 9. We are starting at the Lost Hills tonight.
Decent place to start. I personally like to start in the middle of the map. It gives you a lot of options, but at least with this, there's a bunch of open caves, and you got several Armos checks right away.
All right, and we see that a small secret is 17 rupees, so that is well above the vanilla amount, so that's a good start. We also see that wooden arrows roll down to 68 rupees, so that's pretty good as well. That's a potion shop. Need the letter in order to figure out what the prices are. And of course, we have where the 100 secret would be if vanilla. Sharky's heading that way right now. And I think Dunlo is doing the same thing. We find level 1, but there are a couple of locked doors. We could pirouette to at least get rid of the locked door from the north, but won't be able to do anything about the door to the west unless we find a workaround. And well, we find a Goma, we find another locked door. Dunlo is also on their way to level 1. Sharky trying to maybe find an item on the ground, and that's an item.
There you go.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Forget the wood sword. We find the white sword. Can Sharky get to it? He can. So he's off and running in the combat battle. So you'll love to see that. Dunlo, can he get to that white sword? He can. Sharky takes a death, but that is okay. Really can't do anything else here in this level 1 until we find some keys or bombs.
Yep, that changes things up significantly. I would say you no longer have to search the entire overworld for the wood sword. You still have to buy a candle. There's no free candles in this flag set. But right here with the white sword, I mean, that's why you check. If this Armos item is a candle, I mean, you're in business right off the bat.
Ooh, and our medium secret's pretty good as well. We have a 37, so again, well above average. That means the large secret's probably going to be about 60-something. Calling the shot right now.
Yeah, just to talk a little bit more about the flag set. The 5 to 8 Triforces, personally, is one of the reasons why it interested me to join the tournament. I was happy to wait for the next Rookie Rumble, but I think it really evens the playing field between some of the newer runners and the more veteran runners. On those 5 Triforce flags, there's so many different options. They're pretty volatile, and see some people win that you might not see otherwise in a standard 8 Triforce.
Go figure that we find it less than 3 minutes. That's a game nose moment if I've ever seen one. Of course, we find the wood sword less than 3 minutes in after we have found the white sword. Because let's face it, if we wouldn't have found the white sword, wood sword would have been potion shop level 9.
So I've only found level 1 so far. It looked pretty key heavy as it tends to be, so looks like they're going to opt to explore the overworld. Like I said, they're going to be looking for a candle shop, and hopefully it's not the rare shop.
I must say that our bait pretty much balanced out. The cheap bait rolled up +10. The expensive bait rolled down -10. Blue rings rolled neutral, 250 rupees. We did see the blue candle shop, but Dunlo does not have enough cash because unfortunately that rolled high to near the max. We find level 5 in level 2's location though. Or wait a minute. No. We find level 5 in level 5's location. Is this even randomized?
So vanilla at 3 off.
Yep, and we find Wizrobes here, and they do a lot of damage with those orange beams, 4 hearts worth of damage, so we're gonna have to be careful here with the beams. Luckily, it's not gonna be tough to take down, but it does look like they rolled up.
Yeah, it's probably segmented here.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, level 5 is always gonna have a transport staircase to begin with, but yes, it is possible we might find a second set of transport staircases here in this level 5.
Yeah, Wizrobes, Pul's Voice, level 5, pretty close to start. Probably going to check a few rooms and see if I can get some keys.
And you are absolutely right. That was a very astute play there, Danny. This is indeed a segmented level 5.
And, well, there's the...
heart container.
Yeah.
So another thing we have to talk about is that while heart containers are not in the shuffle, they may not necessarily be the floor item in each dungeon. They may be in the staircase. Sharky now sees that the blue candle is 1 away from the maximum price at 79 rupees. We find a bomb upgrade in level 5, and that's another thing. Bomb upgrades are restricted to level 5 or level 7, and you may see both upgrades in the same level.
Yeah, I feel like the heart shuffle within the dungeons is sort of preferred by the runners. I know people like just straight up heart shuffle, but it's a little bit more volatile. It becomes more of a just guess right, as opposed to with this, there's a little bit more logic and thinking involved. Really like the new flag set personally.
Dunlo finds the Triforce, had to clear those Wizrobes in order to get it, so a very efficient job there for Dunlo at level 5. Does leave the staircase item behind. Certainly can't blame him considering this is a segmented 5. We could be in for a lot of room, so I certainly can't fault Dunlo's decision there, but we'll see if that ends up being the right decision, as Dunlo is going to check the white sword vanilla spot here and hope there's not too many surroundings. Just some pea hats, so nothing real too serious to have to negotiate. Dunlo finds that it's a door per penalty, and he's going to dodge it by up and an A, because you could lose anywhere between 15 and 25 rupees.
So at this point, I would probably route towards the, maybe after cleaning up this beginning spot, routing towards the Armos item, since you're starting to narrow down where it is. There's a lot of good things that can be out there, and you don't really want to go too long when your opponent might pick it up early.
Oh, certainly. Finds another medium secret. 3 large secrets, 7 medium secrets, and 4 small secrets. We're also dealing with the mixed first quest overworld, and Sharky just gets squished by some spikes in level 5. Back to start he goes. Dunlo now has enough cash to purchase the blue candle, so that is now on the board for him.
And due to where they're starting, there's a lot of places to burn right in the beginning.
Look at that. Dunlo plays the money-making game and picks up 31 rupees. I like that play. When you have low cash like that and you see a money-making game, you might as well take a shot at it. And Dunlo, he's going to grind on this. Let's see if he's able to do it. Well, he lost 8 there. Let's see if he keeps going or not. He's going to keep playing. Going for the scum gambling here. There we go. That's 17 rupees, taking him up to 53, and he's content with that.
I'd probably just go, personally. You're going to I mean, our money's been pretty good. You have your candle. I really want to see what that Hermos item is at this point.
Well, we're down to just 2 spots. It's either where the blue ring shop would normally be in first quest, or it is in Death Mountain where you would find the power bracelet normally. Check to see if vanilla level 8 burns. It does, and we find our first take any. Dunlo picks up the heart container. That'll take him up to 5. That means he has now a 2 in 3 chance of picking up the white sword item if we can find it. Need a 4 to 6 hearts to get that, and we're about to see what is on the coast. Gonna check this cave first, of course. No, he's gonna check the coast first, and we find, oh, it's the jewelry. It's red ring.
Nice. So yeah, really want to find out what that Armos item is, and that puts the white sword item on the table. Well, that's always on the table, but I mean, if that's a ladder or something like that, it's big time. So definitely want to find the freebies.
So yeah, ladder, of course, because we only need to find maybe as few as 5 Triforces, may not be required, but it sure seems like it could be a necessity here. Boy, look at the map so far that Sharky has on that level 5. Let's see. That's going to be all for him for now. Boy, do I want to see what that map looks like, but knowing how this Zelda randomizer works, we probably won't.
Yeah,
yes,
red ring for me is just so huge. It completely changes my confidence level and my combat level. Not really afraid of anything. It's a pretty big equalizer if there's a skill discrepancy, in my opinion.
We found out that the door repair penalty is 18 rupees. And yes, a question in chat. Yes, 4 to 6 for the white sword item, 10 to 14 hearts needed for the magical sword that does 4 HP of damage. And the red ring reduces the damage you take to 1/4 its base value.
And the gambling has basically been negated at this point from the door repairs.
Yep. So any of the money, and it doesn't look like that 2Q7 burns tonight. All right, Dunlo finds the take any stairs. Ooh, 1 does take you to Death Mountain, so that's always good.
Nice.
Sharky now knows that our red ring is the coast item. 2Q9 does not open.
Well, he's closer to the Armos, and there you go. There's a power bracelet. Good idea to push Death Mountain early. Can have a lot of really good things. I already saw level 1, but got the white sword item. We'll see if there's any other levels or anything up here.
All right, Dunlo finds some money. Another small secret takes him up to 41 rupees. Sharky took a debt there in the overworld. That's all the exploration Dunlo's going to do right now. And 1, well, takes you to another part of Death Mountain. Sharky decided to play the money-making game, was not as fortunate, lost 19 rupees there. The arrow does push. That's where your magical sword would be. And hey, nice. We find level 6.
So Dunlo doing the smart thing and pushing the item that he found. Your opponent might not have found that yet, especially if you just strayed away to find it. So you might as well push that advantage to see if you can find something that they aren't going to find.
Oh, definitely. And unfortunately, our blue moblins rolled up to the maximum 5 HP. Sharky loses 18 rupees on a door repair penalty. And also, our Zols have rolled up as well from the 2 HP that it normally has. So a lot of enemies rolling up here. I saw that the red Octoroks rolled up to 3 as well. Dunlo finds a transport staircase. Level 6 is always going to have at least 1.
I'd probably stick around here for a little while. The enemy set seems pretty easy. It's not in the... Well, it is by an any road, but
uh-oh. You say that, and here comes problems.
Terrible.
Yeah, we've got the danger noodles that we affectionately like to call these land molas, and the fast-moving ones. Doesn't matter what color they are. 2 HP worth of damage. Gets 1 down. Can he get the other one? One more shot he needs. No! I thought he got it off in time, but he got picked off right before he could get the shot off. Bad luck there for Dunlo.
That would have been sick if he pulled that off.
Yeah, I thought he had it there. It looked like he had it, and he must have missed it by a frame. All right, so Sharky's now at vanilla start, finds the letter. So now he'll be able to find out what the price of potions are.
Dunlo's farming the rupee boss a little bit, extra 20 for him.
Nothing wrong with that. And now he's going back to the rooms that he was in. Has to deal with these blue moblins again, which again rolled up to 5 HP. Your enemies plus or minus 2 HP variance, so they could have rolled down to 1. We find the magical sword. It's 1 screen west of Vanilla Start.
Still haven't seen
more land moles. This time it's the slow-moving one, so they should be easier to take down, but still does the same amount of damage. And Dunlo, though,
here we go.
Should be able
Big information for Sharky.
Oh, he got the Kanana key, and it's only 5 Triforce pieces needed. But while we were doing that, Dunlo pulling off a very impressive Kanana key on those orange land moles and gets the compass in the process. But yeah, Sharky finding level 9, that's a big find for him as well.
Yeah, that's pretty huge information for him to know.
He's going to do it again! 2 Kanana keys on orange land molas. Look at all these locked doors, by the way, here in level 6. This is crazy.
Yeah, really good information for Sharky to have. Level 9's in a location that I don't expect Dunlo to go too long without finding it. But it really changes the game when you see 5 Triforces. I almost instantly go, well, goodbye 6 and 7. And
oh, hello! Our large secret, it's a big money seed. That's 119 for the large secret. We also found out that bombs rolled up a premium of 40%, 28 rupees for a 4-pack. But thankfully, we've got a lot of money. So even with the premium price of the bombs, that's not going to be a big deal for these runners.
A law's approved, right?
It is a laws approved. You are absolutely right, Danny. You've learned the circuit very, very well. And we do see this is a segmented level 6, that 3-room segment to the right.
Not super big.
Oh,
and the enemies are easy, so besides the landmos.
Yeah, it's 34 rooms, so it's definitely above what you would expect. As we do find a heart container here that may or may not be the item in level 6s. Remember that heart containers may now be in the staircases, so that very well just might be your standard heart container. So now you got to figure out which room is going to have the drop, and do you have to full clear that room to get said drop?
2 keys now, so can't Kanana that one open. I'm looking for a floor drop now.
Sharky 9 rupees short of purchasing the wooden arrows there, but he'll know about it. So if he does find another secret of any kind, he could purchase those wood arrows if he so chooses to. Of course, you're going to need to get the silver arrows at some point to defeat Ganon. And Sharky finds a take any, and Dunlo back to start he goes, taking another death here in this level 6. So Sharky now up to 5 hearts. He doesn't know it, but that would be enough to get him his power bracelet.
Yeah, those BMOS rooms are pretty brutal no matter what enemy set you're going against. It's one of the reasons why if money's decent and like the overworld's bad, I have no problem. I'll buy a big shield in any seed. I call it the poor man's blue ring. It helps a lot in some of those BMOS rooms, and Wizrobe beams, Lionel beams can really help the newer player out.
You're talking about the magical shield, right?
Yeah.
Yep, the magical shield. Unfortunately, we have no magical shields free. You know, sometimes we do these flag sets where, they're called the boomstick seed, where the book, where instead of just bursting into flames, it explodes upon contact. And you would replace the book, because the book would end up being in the shop, you would replace the book in the shuffle with a free magical shield. That's just not going to be the case here. But yeah, I agree that the magical shield is an underrated item. But you see these enemies here, these pancakes, these likes, you have to be careful, because if you get swallowed up by one, if you don't break out fast enough, you are going to lose that magical shield.
Yep, the magical shield's only natural predator, the like. I bought a big shield just the other day, and it was eaten within like 60 seconds, so it definitely has its drawbacks, but...
Yeah, Dunlo, unfortunately, guessed wrong on find the bomb hole here, and is going to have to take a different path here, and can't take down that Dig Dogger either, as we do need the recorder. Oh, look at this. Dunlo clipping into the block there so he could be safe from those 2 HP worth of damage on those elementals. And now he gets a fairy. Oh, that fairy could have been tricky right there and hits the Triforce. So that room that Dunlo died in earlier that he almost cleared, that ended up being the Triforce room. So Dunlo's going to go ahead and grab that. He's got 2 on the board now.
Probably just going to bail. He's got 2 Triforce out of pretty moderate-sized dungeons, and he only needs 5, so we'll see when he chooses to go back to 1. We still have the Armos item outstanding. A lot of options right now.
Nice damage boost, by the way, for Dunlo to avoid Lionel damage. So the other take, and he takes you to Recorder Lake. That's where level 7 would be. Meanwhile, Sharky did pick up the Power Bracelet. He's going to do some more Death Mountain exploration here. We saw that Dunlo kind of dodged this area here. So Sharky doing some Death Mountain exploration. We'll see if he can find anything of importance here.
I expect Dunlo to probably, yeah, he's probably going to go check the Armos now. He's headed towards that way.
Unfortunately, that's a door repair penalty. 9 door repair penalties, so 18 rupees lost there. Sharky will check the bomb spot here. Dunlo now going to see that he's got another medium secret. That puts him over 100 rupees now. Sharky going to check this bomb spot here in Death Mountain, find level 4.
And is it the last Armos that we all expect it to be?
Oh, yeah. We're going to find out what that item is. Yep, it's behind blue. Of course, because the game knows. Blue ring spot.
Yeah, Dunlo will probably clean out the rest of this area over here and then scroll over to the Death Armos, and we'll finally get to see what we have. Sharky, this looks like a decent level. I probably dig through this.
Yep, this level is the last to not have a transport staircase if this is not a segmented dungeon. So yeah, we do have Gibdos. So they have 7 HP base. So 5 to 9 is going to be your target. Unfortunately, just lost his beam sword. Looks like they might have rolled down, and that is probably a Y-Force right there, but Sharky does get the Triforce out of level 4. And the item is the ladder. That's your red ring right there.
Yep. Tank mode. Just like that. Could have had that 10 minutes ago.
Absolutely, but Dunlo now is going to have that once he makes the trip back to Eastern Hyrule and the coast where he can get his red ring. People are asking if Sharky has the blue ring. The answer is no. He has a sprite swap, so it looks like he's got it, but it really doesn't.
Yep, at this point I'm probably checking the area, upping, getting the red ring, going back to 1, and then just plowing through every level I come across.
Dunlo, meanwhile, found his second large secret, now has the maximum 255 rupees, and has also found level 2. 2 items on the floor. 1 will be a heart container, and 1, of course, will be the actual item. And we do have a segmented level 2.
And...
could be forced. It looks like it might be forced.
255 rupees, not really anything to spend his money on outside of maybe keys and
potions.
Yeah. If he gets the red ring, I expect he'll probably take a potion out of the take any since...
Oh, Sharky finds the recorder here in level 4. Okay, so it could be required if we have, like, say, a bow required recorder blocked dungeon, so you never know.
Yep, with this flag set mix, there's a lot of locations to check, so just having the recorder for transport to dungeons that you've beaten is really big.
And yep, that is absolutely a necessity of a staircase. As you can see the map here of level 2, 16 rooms, and you see that little block right there. So yep, it is a required staircase to take. So we're looking for a heart container and we're looking for an item. It is the book. Now the book, as you know, is going to allow us to understand what the Hylians say. So now the hints are going to be in play, and that's something that Dunlo could spend his money on because we are dealing with helpful hints.
Yep, that's a really interesting pickup for Dunlo. Haven't seen the haven't seen any hint shops yet, but there are hints within dungeons that he can now translate. If I find those hints, I'm probably buying all of them because if you can eliminate 3 to 6 items from your digs, you know, it's definitely something you're going to do.
There's another pizza slice for Dunlo. That's the heart container. By the way, he's playing as Michelangelo. I approve of this sprite. And it does give us the compass, that Landmola room. Now, why I said what Dunlo did was smart is because if you clear the room of one of the Landmolas, exit the room, come back, both of them will be cleared. And if they had an item drop like you saw right there, Dunlo's able to get that item.
Really good level 2. Nothing blocking him. Fairly easy combat. Everything was pretty easy to find.
Still have to be careful.
The runners are going to clear in their 5 Triforce hunt.
All right, there is the Triforce for Dunlo. He'll go ahead and grab that. He now has 3 Triforce pieces, is 2 away from being eligible to go into level 9. Of course, you got to have the bow at the very least if you really want to make a dive into level 9, because again, bow cannot be in level 9. The silver arrows, though, could be.
Yeah, also pointing out that a hint shot, I think he is right. I believe there was a hint shop that we saw.
Yeah, we did see one earlier. Obviously, they couldn't make the purchase of the hints yet because you do need the book that acts as your translator. It does not act as a map this time, an atlas. We've had flag sets in the past where when runners pick up the book, it gives you the access to all 9 of the maps. That's not the case here for this flag set.
Yeah, Dunlo's routing has been pretty on point. He's going to check these spots over here and then wrap over to get his red ring and follow that up with the recorder spots over there. So really, really tight routing on his part.
Unfortunately, Sharky succumbs to the orange Landmola room. Back to start he goes. Dunlo checking that second forgotten spot in Southwest Hyrule. That is a take any cave. Let's see if he picks up the potion. Now he's going to pick up the pizza slice. That will take him up to 8. So he may be building up towards the potential of getting that magical sword.
Right around this point, I would probably take the potion since I know I'm getting the red ring. I'll have red ring and white sword. It's pretty good for most situations.
There's a hint about the old man having a power bracelet in the mountains. That's old news for everybody, though. Both of these runners have that power bracelet. Ooh, level 8 found now by Dunlo, which has 2 items plus a heart container. But Dunlo says nay to that dungeon.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go into it right now. It does have 2 items, but level 2 is right there, so he can knock these spots out, get his red ring and recorder back if he really wants to dive it. But I imagine he'll probably go to level 1 after knocking all this out and getting the red ring.
Oh, I agree. That would be the play, is to go to level 1, a much smaller dungeon, and it's going to have the same number of items as that level 8. So, yeah, Dunlo right now could purchase some hints with that 237 rupees and the book in hand. Sharky having a lot of problems with combat here in this level 6. Did get a couple of heart drops from these blue moblins, but he's already taken a couple of deaths here. So right now, Dunlo's combat seems to be giving him the edge at this point. The hints. The Dongo dwells with the book. That's old news for Dunlo.
Yeah, it's new news. We just picked it up.
Gleok returns with the raft. So we now know that level 8 has the raft. Whether it's going to be required, that remains to be seen. Step over the water to reach the red ring. That's old news as well. So
yeah,
not the best of hints there for Dunlo, unfortunately.
Nope, he does get one piece of information about 8, which would cause me to delay digging that even further.
Okay, another death, unfortunately, for Sharky. The first quest grave doesn't push. The second quest grave doesn't push either.
Yeah, I'm avoiding 8 for a while, especially since well, I've got 1 item in 1, and then I dug most of 6, and I probably know the items beyond the ladder block, so I'm definitely checking those before 8.
All right, so Dunlo's going to set up the screen scroll to the Around the World wrap, and he's going to get that red ring. But he's going to have to... There we go. Very nicely done. He's able to deal with that Zoro right there. Another death for Sharky here in level 6. It's just been very rough for him. Let's see how much more he is able to endure this before he decides to go elsewhere.
Oh, that's right. Dunlo hasn't found 4 yet, so he doesn't have the recorder.
Right, and you know, recorder, you know, there's a couple of levels we still haven't found yet. We haven't found level 3, and we haven't found level 7 yet either. So those levels very well could be recorder block. Dunlo sees the casino, will not play this time around.
Yep, the 5 Triforce, this is where the Gamblematic 5000 comes in, as you say. Which levels are you going to dig? Which ones are you going to choose to skip?
Dunlo finds his final large secret that puts him over 200 rupees again.
Yep, so probably hoping he comes across the other hint shop at some point.
Now, Sharky did find the compass. He's going to have to take these blue Lamolas down. If he can get that clip just like Dunlo did, there's level 7 found by Dunlo. It was power bracelet blocked.
And he wants
Sharky going for bomb strats. It's not a bad idea if they come to him, but that is very risky because they are very erratic in its movement. Oh, just the heads left on both. He just needs to get one of these 2 down, clear the room, come back, and he can get his Triforce. He's just waiting for the timing so he doesn't get steamrolled into his death. But he's only got 3 shots left, and boom, he's picked off. Oh no. Oh, you hate to see it. The land moles, the blue ones, have had their way with these runners. Yep. Oh, he got baited.
Yeah.
Oh, he got baited for sure, Danny. Absolutely, he did. Dunlo finds the letter at start, and if he goes 1 screen to the left, he's going to find the magical sword. He won't have enough hearts to check to see if it's good. Need 10 to 14, but if he goes 1 screen to the north from here, he'll find level 9.
Yeah, some of these early combat deaths and struggles for Sharky could be alleviated if he heads towards the ladder and gets his red ring. His seed will really start taking off for him.
Well, I agree 100%. Dunlo does find level 9. He'll find out that you need 5 Triforces to dig into it, but of course, more importantly, you have to have the bow at the very least to make a real shot at it because, again, no bow in level 9. Silvers could be there, though. A lot of items still at large, Danny.
Yep, and yeah, they can be in level 9 themselves, so looks like Dunlo's trying to get some bombs.
All right, Dunlo going to check this door here, and yep, there's the bombs we saw. Look at the price of that magical shield, though. That's the minimum price of the cheap one at 70.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, you find a big shield at 70, it can really help you out early on if the money is right.
So Dunlo went ahead, he purchased a pack of bombs, and he also purchased a spare key. He's got 5 keys to his name. And look at the price of potions here. They're up almost as low as they possibly could be. 27 for the Pepsi, 49 for the Coke. Those are really low prices on both ends because that is 2 above the minimum on the Pepsi and just 1 above the minimum on the Coke. So very cheap beverages tonight.
Yep, that pretty much assures that Dunlo's pretty much going to be taking hearts out of these take any's as he comes across them. I think he's only got 1 or 2 left. Right.
Of course, he's already found all 3 larges. Now he's going to check Candle Row here to see if anything burns, all right? There's a take any. Let's see if he goes for the, he is going for the heart container again, the pizza slice. He's up to 9, another overworld death for Sharky. Man, it has just not been his night tonight.
1 more heart for Dunlo, and he's got a, what, 20% chance at
20%.
Picking up the magical sword?
You'd be correct on that. So we'll burn here. That's going to be a secret, medium secret, putting him over 100 rupees again, and he's going to check vanilla level 1 next.
I'm a little surprised that after seeing 5 Triforces that he's not going back into some of the levels that he's already found, particularly level 1. I know there's only 1 item, but it's pretty close to start. Might as well see what it has.
I mean, that's true. I guess he wants to check the rest of these spots first before he makes his decisions here. Because, yeah, the only level we haven't found yet is level 3, and it very well could be recorder blocked. Heck, it could be raft blocked. And maybe this is one of those chain reaction seeds where one level leads to another. Sharky finds a staircase in the desert. It's a casino. He's going to play and get 17 rupees. Very nice.
Yeah, I think Dunlo has 3 and 4 outstanding to find right now. All right, there's the save. Let's see where he goes.
Yeah, I think he may be heading for level 1 at this point.
Right. Yep.
Makes sense.
Nope.
No.
Power bracelet first, I guess.
I mean, it makes sense. It's another check, but unfortunately, it's a whammy. So he's going to just get his money back. I wonder if he's going to level 5 next. He's going to check this block to see if it pushes. No, it doesn't.
Check the ladder spots.
Yeah, we saw on Sharky's side they were busts.
I think Sharky might have missed this first bomb. He was a little bit to the right.
You may be right about that. No, it's still a bust.
Good.
So neither of the two Q8 bomb spots are in play tonight. Sharky now going to check Candle Row in reverse. He's going to see there'll be nothing here. All right, Dunlo is now going to check level 1. There's a heart container and another item as well. Sharky finds a heart container. He's up to 6 hearts now. Unfortunately, Dunlo has to play Hyrule's favorite game show, Find the Bomb Hole, and right now the producers are winning.
Yeah, it looks like this key door is going to be required unless there is a random bomb hole to the right there.
Look at all these locked doors here in level 1. But again, as you mentioned earlier, this is typical of what you would see in level 1 in the randomizer. This is no surprise. Hey, he gets a refund on that key at least.
Yeah, if you can leave level 1 positive on keys, it's always
a plus. Level 1 is bow blocked. The Triforce is bow blocked here in level 1. So we know so that is interesting. We are bow blocked from the Triforce here in 1.
Yep, bow could be in here still.
Yeah, it still could be in here. We do find the heart container, so our last item is going to be in the staircase. So now Dunlo does have a 20% chance of picking up the magical sword if he decides to go back there.
Yep, it doesn't have to clear any rooms unless they're potential push block rooms. So this one is, so he's going to clear these wizrobes.
He's got one more to clear. Now he could leave and reset the room, but he's got the red ring, so he's only going to be taking half a heart damage rather than 2 hearts of damage. So unless this is a segmented one, he has found his item. It is segmented though. We do have a segmented level 1 here. Ruby boss potential? Nope, red herring. A lot of segmented dungeons here, so this might be the item. He's going to be looking for bombs.
Triple segmented, or double segmented.
Yes, you were right the first time. It would be triple segmented. So it is triple segmented. There you go. We have a 16-room level 1 triple segmented. Have fun searching, folks. Have fun.
Yeah, stinks when you see that as a runner, but you are only looking for a staircase, and enemies haven't been too bad so far outside of that.
Okay, well, that's a trap. That's an easy up and A. 1 bomb or 55 rupees, and the answer is you get nothing. You're gonna like it, old man, because now he knows he has to take the other transport staircase, or he has to find another room in this 9-room segment that might have that item. And I'm thinking he has to take that other segment.
Yeah, he's seen all the rooms on this 9 segment.
At least I think.
His map.
Yeah, so he has to find that other transport segment that's going to get him his staircase item. Sharky right now here in level 7, he's going to have to deal with these dark nuts here that do a lot of damage. 1 heart on the orange, 2 hearts on the blue. So Dunlo is going to take that staircase. That'll take him to that 4-room segment up top, and that is going to have his staircase item. And let's see where it is. He's going to start going to the left. It's not here.
Yeah, good clock for Sharky. Not having the ladder here is pretty tough combat in this room. He's taking level 7. he needs this to be the bow, I think, to try to catch back up into this.
Agreed 100%. He needs this to be the bow in the worst way possible to give himself a shot at getting back into this race. Nice boost right there, and it is the magical boomerang here in level 1, so not exactly the item that Dunlo was looking for, and he won't be able to get the Triforce here out of level 1. So, yeah, that's unfortunately ended up being a time sink there for Dunlo. 2 boomerangs, of course. You've got the magical boomerang and the wooden boomerang. The only difference between the two is one has a farther range than the other. Magical boomerang goes to the entirety of the screen, but it's a little bit more difficult to control than the wooden boomerang. Speaking of arrows, though, Dunlo is going to purchase these wooden arrows here just in case he finds some more bow blocks.
Yeah, we'll probably go to level 6, I would imagine, at this point. He cleared most of it out. I think he was ladder blocked or key blocked, and I think he knows where the item is there, so I might as well go get it and see what it is.
Quite possibly indeed. Sharky, meanwhile, a lot of dangerous rooms here in this level 7 here, and lots of dark rooms that have BMOS as well. This is just absolutely disgusting. You can see Sharky wanted to try to clear combat in this room. It's just not working out for him. There's a free room at least.
Looks like Dunlo is opting to explore and look for levels 3 and 4.
Right. Again, we don't know where level 3 is yet. It very well could be raft block. I'm looking for that chain reaction. I want level 3 to be raft blocked, and level 3 has the bow.
Yep, we also haven't seen Sharky check that many recorder spots, so that could also be a thing.
Yep, there's still plenty of recorder spots that he has not checked yet. You're right about that, Danny. Sharky has no key, so back to that Dark Nut room he's going to have to go, and this is not going to be fun. I don't know if they rolled up or not. We're going to see in a moment if he can get 2 hits on one. Well, we're not going to find out because he is stabbed. Back to start he goes again. Dunlo, meanwhile, is going to check to see if 1Q9 opens up. But first, he's going to check that potion shop that's next door to 1Q9. So they did roll up. Okay, somebody in chat did confirm that. That's a medium secret right there for Dunlo. So yeah, a lot of enemies rolling up here. I mean, there aren't many enemies that have rolled down. 1Q9 does open, and there's level 3.
Nice. So yeah, I expect him to dig this until he no longer can, until he finds the item. It's a pretty small dungeon, and he still needs bow and silver, so...
So unfortunately for Sharky, that recorder is going to end up not being required unless we have a Dig Dogger block in level 9. Let's see if this is a segmented level 3. There's the red candle. Then we'll go ahead and pick that up. The difference between the blue candle and the red candle. Blue candle, you can only fire it once on the screen you're currently on. But the red candle, you can fire it repeatedly. Just you got to make sure you know maximum of 2 shots at any time.
Yeah, it's still repeatable offense. It's helpful for candle boosts and rooms with bubbles and stuff like that.
Yep, Gibdos, they're very effective on Gibdos. I like seeing runners use them on Gibdos. That they're pretty nice to have. You know, if you don't have a powerful weapon, yeah, red candle, in my opinion, one of the more underrated items. Look at it, another enemy rolling up. These Stelphos rolled up too.
Yeah, red candle, especially early. It's probably one of the best items you can get early.
This might be the first time, but levels 1, 2, and 3 all have the same number of rooms. They all have 16. So we found the compass. So Dunlo at this point might be looking for a heart container, or he just might make a beeline toward the compass. He'll go ahead and grab this key, and it does look like he is not in it that way. So he's trying to save his... Yeah. He's trying to save his resources. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. Yes, if I say that something has rolled up, that means higher than its vanilla HP. That's exactly what I mean. Yep, you are correct.
Yeah, key's an ongoing issue in these flags. I myself have run out of resources when I think I'm good several times in these seeds, so definitely don't blame him for looking around trying to get an extra key here or there.
Yeah, Dunlo's looking for resources, and he got rewarded by those blue land molas getting another key, so he's up to 7. Let's see if he can find a heart container here. No, he won't find it here, so if he wants his heart container, he'll have to either go back or he'll just have to leave it behind. And hello, Patra Wayne. Poorly guarded Triforce there. Dunlo will grab that. He's one Triforce piece away from being eligible to go into level 9. But right now, we are running out of levels here, Danny. That bow is either going to be in level 5, 6, or 7, or it could be the second one in 8.
Yep, man. I still think if it were me, since I cleared out most of 6, I'd probably just try to see what that item is. After that, I don't know. There's only one item in 8. There's one you don't want, and that can be a huge time sink, but you gotta dig something, so, at this point, I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Now, of course, Dunlo has still not found level 4 either, so that's why he is still exploring here. So, I mean, it makes sense now. He's getting close to where level 4 is. It is here in Death Mountain. This is going to be a door repair penalty. There, he forced a bomb on those red Octrox. He knew his count. Well played.
Yep, a lot of bomb locations on Death Mountain. If you're able to maintain a count, definitely have an advantage over a lot of people that can't do it.
And Dunlo has found his final dungeon, level 4. He'll only find the recorder there, and we do now know recorder is not required unless it is guarding the bow or it's guarding a passage in level 9. That's the only thing that the recorder could potentially stop our runners from. There's the Triforce. That would get him eligible into level 9, but again, he can't go into level 9 until he finds the bow.
Yeah, 44 minutes in. Not sure how I'd feel seeing the recorder here. Like I said, it'll help with transport once you can figure out what number you're on. But yeah, I'm really anxious about where the bow is if I'm the runner here.
Dunlo will pick up the compass just to give him a reminder of where this Triforce is here in level 4. I believe this was where the recorder was. Yep, so Dunlo sees it, and he'll go ahead and pick that up for fast transportation, as you mentioned there, Danny. Sharky going to check the forgotten spot, it looks like. He's having a little bit of trouble with the screen scrolling here.
Yep, going back in for the Triforce. Does need one more. He did know where the 1 in 1 was as well, which is pretty quick, but he's just going to take care of this one now.
Yep, makes sense. So now he's got enough Triforces to gain access into level 9. Sharky did get the screen scroll there to get to the forgotten spot. Man, that big discrepancy of keys, 7-0. My goodness gracious.
Yeah, Sharky just hasn't been able to get any momentum going. Dunlo was able to make his way over for the red ladder and got the red ring pretty early. And
I think this is a good idea. Dunlo's next decision is to go to level 5. I think of all the dungeons, this is probably the one I would have done as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad choice. But
not only that, he now has enough money. He could buy that bomb upgrade.
Yeah, it's a good point. There are whiz roads. It's not really that big of an issue with full health on red ring and a white sword, but you haven't seen any of this 5. You've seen all of 6. I'm gonna stop talking about it because 6 probably just has the other boomerang. So
it could. Very well could, or it could be a 9. It could be anywhere at this point. So we have the triple bar room, which is a push block, so that's why he is clearing these Pole's voices. Looked like they might have rolled up. I believe they are 9 HP vanilla, if my memory is correct. It felt like it took 6 hits. Hey, a clock. That'll be nice, so he won't be taking any more damage. All right, does it push?
It would really help with these enemies.
Oh, it's 10 HP vanilla. Okay. I think it's the Poles, the likes that have 9. That's the one I'm thinking of. Oh, Sharky was on the right screen where he could have found that ladder, but the Armos got him.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's just nothing has gone his way tonight. And Dunlo is going to take this staircase, so we do know that this is a segmented level 5 here.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I think,
All right.
starting in the middle of the map is much more advantageous for
So here
for
comes
just
that
avoiding
bomb
death
upgrade.
and getting to the Armos and
105. Gets him 5 extra bombs, so that was a nice purchase there for Dunlo.
Yep, he doesn't have to spend his money on anything else. Except for arrows, maybe hints, but he's narrowing things down here.
Yeah, at this point, the hints aren't probably going to help him all that much. This could push. Nope, the Goma room does not have our solution.
Oh. Almost got forced into the Wallmaster there.
That wouldn't have been good for Dunlo. Nice clip there to grab that key. Doing that clip in the tea room, not exactly the easiest thing to do in the world here. Now, one thing you should know is that you're not required to have to pull off these stuns to complete a level or a seed. It is never required. It is programmed into the randomizer that you're not expected to know these speedrun techniques. It'll help, but it's not required.
The Vires rolled down, at least.
Something rolling down. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Patra Wayne here in level 5. Oof.
It's like Patra orbs probably rolled down a little bit too.
Oh yeah, they did, because they usually take more on a white sword, so that helps. This could be our item here, unless this is a triple segmented 5. And there's the bow for Dunlo.
All right.
So now he may make that play to level 9.
Yep. Not 6. Never 6. I lose.
Well, silvers could still be in 6.
That's true. Good point.
Because now you look at the plays here, it's a 40% chance that these arrows are in level 9. Because you have the 2 items in 9, you have the unknown in 6, you have the unknown in 7, and you have 1 unknown in 8. But it does look like Dunlo is making that play there. He'll go ahead and grab some money first. That's the large secret. Yeah, I think he reset after he had grabbed that large secret, because I had seen him grab it previously. Now he's got it back. I like it. He saved that.
Yeah. Pretty heads up play. Plenty of money for arrows.
And he's not even going to check to see if 10 hearts is enough for that. Now he is going to check. All right, he's going to make the play. He's going to see if 10 hearts is enough to give him the magical sword, which will do 4 HP of damage, 20% chance, and no.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. It's right there. You might as well give it a peek.
Yeah. Might as well. Making the push into 9, probably the correct call. I don't know if it'll be the right call, but it's got 2 items. You have to map and route it anyway, so you might as well.
All right, so he's going to be looking for the silver arrows. There are 2 item staircases here in level 9, and there's 6 sets of transport staircases. 7 if this is segmented. And oh, do we have a potential bait block here? Or do we have a workaround? He does bomb to the south, and he can't bomb to the west. So this is interesting. Is there a bait block here in this level 9?
On force.
Very nicely done there. Oh, he does push, so we'll see if he finds an item or if it's one of the transport. It is one of the 6 sets, which he'll take. And if he's tracking properly, he can just cross that off the list.
Yep, I like that he's actually taking the transport. He might have had to anyways if he wanted to save bombs to avoid the bait block. But
it does look like, it does look like there was a workaround, on that bait block. Yeah, it looks like there was a workaround.
9 pretty key heavy usually, so
it can be, yes,
doing
and
pretty well so far.
He's got plenty of keys here. I don't see keys being an issue here in this level 9. If you have at least 5 keys, that's usually going to be enough to carry you over. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not time for the fight, but here's Gannon. Nothing doing here because we do not have the silver arrows. He's going to try to bomb to the left, which he can't, so he'll have to come back the way he came.
bomb pass for the silvers would have been pretty epic.
Oh, absolutely. Bomb to the left, staircase, silver arrows. But they might be here. Potentially. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, could also be Zelda.
Oh, very well could be. Let's take a look here. And the survey says that's just a transport. He'll go ahead and take that. So the time is running out for Sharky here in this seed. Dunlo trying to make a deal. There's that potential dig dogger block that could have showed up in that situation. But Dunlo, of course, does have the recorder, so that's not going to be a problem.
Yep, the not being able to get over to get the red ring was pretty much the story for Sharky tonight, unfortunately.
Oh, I agree 100%. You know, he finally did manage to get the red ring, as you can see on the tracker. He got the ladder back. He got his red ring, but the combat has definitely been in Dunlo's favor tonight. I mean, he's pulled off the moves when he's absolutely needed to, and this is a brutal seed, I must admit. A lot of heavy combat, a lot of difficult combat. And Sharky's going to go ahead and purchase a key. Certainly can't blame him, considering how devoid he's been of keys all night.
Yeah, I think he actually bought 2 there.
Yeah, you're right about that. He did purchase 2 keys. Right now, Dunlo is still looking for the Triforce, but his health is getting low. Or not the Triforce, I beg your pardon, but he's looking for the silver arrows here. But his health is getting rather low, down to 1.5 hearts, even with that red ring. Here's another double block potential, which could have our staircase. It does, but is it an item staircase or not? It is any key.
Oh, boy.
Well, he's definitely not going to reject that. That'll give him, he doesn't have to worry about keys anymore. Yeah, that's going to be a problem for Sharky. Yeah, if he's going to want keys, he's going to have to find them or purchase them because all the keys in the world are in level 9.
Yep, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 8, or 9 at this point.
So right now it's only a 25% chance that the silver arrows are in 9. He wants to find a hint about the arrows because that's one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that there are 3 old men with 4 potential hints. One is where the kidnapped is, one is where Ganon is, one is what is guarding the compass, and one is where the silver arrows are. He wants to find the hint about the silver arrows. And because he has the book, he'll be able to deduce what they're saying because Sharky in his current situation wouldn't be able to find out about those hints.
Yep, now it's just a matter of how long do you dig in here before you... I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to stay pot committed until he finds the other item, but...
Oh, definitely. He's going to be pot committed to this level 9 until he either finds that second item or until he finds the old man that tells him that the silver arrows are here or not here. And yes, there's also a room with a single shutter door that if it does not open when he full clears that room, that is the location of Zelda. Or in Dunlo's case, I'm guessing Splinter. Hey, there's the map. Not the biggest level 9 I've ever seen.
It's pretty small.
Let's see.
There's at least 2 columns worth
41 is definitely on the small side for a 9, absolutely. Which means 7 is going to be mammoth. Take a look. The other item, silver arrows. Oh, Dunlo is in the catbird seat now, Danny.
Wow. The 1 and 4 pays off. The whole seed talking about maybe go here, maybe go there, and he nailed it just about every time. So GG's,
yeah, absolutely. This is obviously the only thing he has to find now is the kidnap. So I think he's gonna make the play to fight Ganon here. I would imagine at this point. He's going to see if he can bomb his way.
Yep, he did have that one single shutter north at one point that he...
Oh, yeah.
Didn't kill the enemies in, or maybe it was a push block and I wasn't paying attention, I don't remember.
Could have been a push block. And yeah, Dunlo is now going to use this recorder. It's a single segmented dig dogger. Sharky finds the mugger room, and you're gonna have to up an A, otherwise you're gonna have to pay the fine. Yeah, that's right. Take exception on that old man. I don't blame him one bit. This seat has been nasty to him.
Yep, I stab the old man every chance I get.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, for real this time, here's Ganon. With the white sword, he will need 8 hits on Ganon, and a Hyrule driver will cost him 1 heart with the red ring. He's got the
not a
stun
bad
lock.
room to,
Well, he had
fight
the
him
stun
in.
lock. He's got it back again. Nice fight there. Down goes Ganon. We've got Bacon in the Triforce of Power. Now, of course, Zelda could always be next to Ganon. There's always that possibility. We talk about the single shutter door room rule. There is an exception to that, and that's Ganon. If they are adjacent to each other, then she could be behind a room that has multiple shutter doors. That's not the case, though, tonight. Or is it? Oh, it is!
Wow.
It is! That's it!
Not a bad
Dunlo is
9.
going to finish sub-hour, and now there you go. We were talking about it, and there you go. If he would have went north, Zelda would have been right there, just like Vanilla. That is absolutely crazy. The rarity, folks. The Zelda not behind a single shutter door room situation. It has happened tonight here on Speed Gaming. So congratulations, MrDunlo gets his first win of the Swiss rounds.
Yep, and with that is the last player to go to the 1-0 and last player to go to the 0-1. So pretty excited to see where everybody pairs up.
Oh, absolutely. And the official time for MrDunlo, 57 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yep, really good time. Really good start to this seed. White sword right off the bat. Could have gotten you could have had white sword, ladder, and red ring within like 5 minutes of the start of the seed if you just god routed it. So good seed item wise, but combat heavy at times. Not super bad on the overworld or dungeon blocks though. Pretty decent seed overall, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was not an easy combat seed. I mean, and to still get under an hour after all of the turmoil that Dunlo went through, that's a pretty impressive performance there. Sharky here still in this level 1. He's gonna find that that second item here in level 1 is just gonna be that magical boomerang, and he already knows that the Triforce is Goma blocked here.
Yep, Dunlo managed to secure a victory for the Never 7 crowd as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. We do talk about that still. Yes. Yes.
I was able to pull the Triforce out of there.
Mm-hmm. So Sharky goes to the left. He will find that it is your item room, but he's going to have to be careful. He's down to just 1 heart. So if he gets hit by an orange Wizro beam, he's out. Smart using a bomb. I like that play. All right, with that, Sharky has went ahead and waved the white flag. So tough night there for Sharky. Just couldn't get anything going. It was a very heavy combat seed. Just could not get anything going tonight. And it happens sometimes, unfortunately.
Yep. When you start all the way on one side of the map or the other, and a pretty crucial seed unlocking item is all the way to the left, sometimes the overworld can just be pretty brutal and completely ruin your seed.
Oh, certainly indeed. We'll see if we can get either of our runners here for an interview. And yes, we do have an announcement in regards to the pair-ups for week 2. It's going to be coming up at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, according to what we see here in chat, as we do have Sharky here in the commentator's booth with us. Tough break, just very heavy combat seed. You just couldn't get anything going tonight. I mean, between the land molas, the overworld, Wizrobes, you just name it. It just was not your night tonight, Sharky.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I found out White Sword in what, like 30 seconds?
Yep, the white sword, and it ended up being, we have a big money seed, we have a white sword early. There's got to be a catch. Well, there was the catch. The catch was the combat. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for you tonight. And, Dunlo, he made some real good plays throughout the entire race. You'll have to watch it back to see exactly what we mean by that. But, yeah, I mean, Dunlo, he routed it pretty good. His combat was exceptional, and it was a brutal seed. I mean, if you see the map, you'll see where everything was. The bow was in level 5. 6 ended up not having any of the important items. Neither did 7 or 8. 5 is what had the bow. Your silvers were 9. I think the big thing that might have been able to give you a shot is if you would have found red ring very quick. But of course, everything was just way out in the boonies. Your ladder was the blue ring Armos, and you died on that screen once, unfortunately. It just is, and it happens. You have runners that go through these, and it just nothing lines up, and it's just one of those situations tonight.
Yeah, I had to burn a red ring because me dying on that ladder screen's like, son of a.
I can definitely understand that. It was just a tough one there for you, but obviously you'll have an opportunity to bounce back next week. We'll be announcing what our matchups are going to be in about an hour and a half or so. So we'll see if maybe you can have a little comeback here in week number 2. But we'll see if we can get Dunlo here in the commentator's booth or not. But yeah, basically. The recorder, which was probably your only saving grace of maybe mounting a comeback, ended up not being required. None of the levels were recorder blocked. There were no dig dogger blocks that were necessary either. So, yeah, the only potential that might have maybe put you back in that race ended up not coming to fruition.
Yeah, I was in one, kind of got rizzoed a little bit, but. And when I seen that Triforce, the compass saying Triforce is from that Goma, it's like, well, I'm not getting that Goma. I was hoping something was in there in one, but it was like we said, it was a little too late. But I say GG's to Dunlo and that. Because I see he won't be joining in an interview, but, you gotta have fun with these. And everything, so.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Just have fun with it.
Yeah, playing what? This rando, then Mario 3 rando. Like, yeah, I definitely need to practice a little bit more.
Yep, it's that's the thing. It's any game. It's just practice, repetition, just doing it over and over.
I gotta look up because I know me and Dunlo did face off in 2022 twice. I think like during the Swiss, and then. In the brackets, I get paired up against, like, wow, like, the Will Doom knows.
I think it was a relatively late pairing on the wheel, too, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't want to, my luck, I'll get somebody I've faced off in a previous tournament. The Will knows. I think the wheel's rigged.
Anything
giving me
further to
opponents
add
I
about
know.
the seed, Sharky?
That's his combat goes bad. It's like I just laughed when I found out right sword like 30 seconds in. It's like, well, I'm going to level 1. Let's see if I could get anything. Hi Goma, how you doing? Let me get around you. Ooh, shiny sword. I want.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Dunlo is going to join us for an interview. Laz, if you don't have anything further, if you want to get us out of here, and we can head on into week 2. Or not. Okay. Well, I think that's going to do it for us here at Speed Gaming with Zelda 1 Randomizer. For my CoCom Laws Cards fans, I'm Danny P. Speed. Thanks for tuning in. And as was mentioned, at 8:30, the pairings for Week 2 will be going live, and you can start scheduling your races immediately. Not going to get a restream if it takes place immediately, it sounds like, but you're welcome to start planning. And with that, GG's everybody. We'll see you next time. Later.
Take care.